Count Dooku. You probably remember him as the Sith who dueled Anakin, the guy with the curved lightsaber, or maybe just another bad guy. Since you guys loved the last video talking about the Separatists so much, today we're breaking down the story of Dooku. We'll look at his fall, his intentions, and why he might not have been truly evil at all. Before he was Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku was a respected Jedi Master. He trained under Yoda himself, and he was the master of Qui-Gon Jinn. Yes, the sexy, amazing, handsome Qui-Gon Jinn. Dooku wasn't your average Jedi. He was intelligent, cultured, and deeply philosophical. But more importantly, he saw problems in the Republic that other Jedi ignored: corruption, greed, and political decay. He didn't fall to the dark side for power. He left the Jedi Order because he lost faith in the Republic and the Council. Count Dooku separated himself from the Jedi long before he joined Sidious. He believed the Jedi had become pawns of politicians, serving senators instead of the Force. And he wasn't wrong. By the time of the Phantom Menace, the Jedi Council was slow to act, bound by rules, and blind to the rise of darkness. Dooku, however, saw the truth. But instead of fixing it from the inside, he walked away. Dooku really said, "I'm out, boys. Adios." After leaving, he returned to his home planet of Sereno, and there he reclaimed his title as Count and became a political leader. To some people, this was a betrayal, but to Dooku, it was freedom. Let's get one thing straight. Dooku didn't turn evil overnight. He wanted to reform and change the galaxy, not destroy it. He believed the Republic was beyond saving, so he wanted to create a new order, one that wasn't run by corruption or bureaucracy, purely for the people. In many ways, Dooku wanted the same thing the Jedi did: peace and balance. He just believed the Jedi had lost their way. He saw the Senate as weak, the Jedi as blind, and democracy as broken. That's what made him dangerous. He had a vision, and visions can be manipulated. And that's where Sidious came in. Ugh, I hate just saying his name. Sidious, 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 Darth Sidious. Sidious. Darth Sidious recruited Dooku after the death of Qui-Gon Jinn. Dooku was grieving, angry, and vulnerable. And when people are in these states, they usually lack better judgment. Sidious knew this and promised him a better way. But here's the twist. Dooku never knew the full plan. He didn't know that Sidious was playing both sides of the war. He didn't know he was just a placeholder until Anakin was ready to replace him. Dooku believed the Separatists were a real movement with real motives. He thought he was leading a revolution, not a scripted war designed to wipe out the Jedi. He was being used, just like everyone else. To most in the galaxy, Dooku was the face of the Separatist alliance. He united thousands of star systems against the Republic. He rallied them with a simple message: the Republic is corrupt, the Jedi are their puppets, join us and we'll build something better. And the wild part is, a lot of what he said was true. In Tales of the Jedi, we even see Dooku confronting corruption firsthand. He sees the senators exploiting people, and he sees the Jedi Council ignore real suffering. So was Dooku really manipulating the truth? The Tales of the Jedi series gave us the most raw, honest look at Dooku we've ever seen. He's not cartoonishly evil, he's not power hungry, he's conflicted. In one episode, he challenges a corrupt senator and even defies the Jedi Code to protect innocent people. He's angry, he's frustrated, and he's right. But instead of support, the Jedi Council scolds him. This pushes him closer to the dark side, not because he wants it, but because he feels the light has abandoned him. Dooku didn't fall, he was pushed. Dooku's death in Revenge of the Sith is more than just a turning point for Anakin. It's the moment everything comes full circle. Dooku realizes too late that he was nothing more than a tool. Sidious had no loyalty to him. And Anakin, the man Dooku was meant to mentor, beheads him without hesitation, after Palpatine convinced him with a "do it." Dooku looks at Sidious, shocked, betrayed, silent. No last words, no villain monologue. Just a man who finally saw the truth, moments before his end. It's not a villain's death, it's just a tragedy. Dooku wasn't like other Sith Lords. He wasn't obsessed with immortality or power for power's sake. He was strategic, calm, and disciplined. Even his fighting style, Form 2 Makashi, was elegant and controlled. He believed in order, not chaos. He wanted to fix the galaxy, not burn it to ash. That sets him apart from Sidious, Maul, and even Vader. He wasn't corrupted by hate. He was convinced he was right. And that's what made him so dangerous, but also misunderstood. Imagine a timeline where Dooku stays with the Jedi Order. He trains Anakin, he reforms the Council, and he exposes Sidious before the war even starts. Everything changes. Qui-Gon survives, the Clone War never happens, and Palpatine is defeated before his plan is complete. It's kind of crazy how much one man could have changed everything. And yet, his warning signs were ignored. Just like Anakin's. By the time the Jedi realized he was right, it was already too late. One of the most emotional parts of Dooku's story is his relationship with Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon shared many of Dooku's views. The Jedi were too passive, the Council was too rigid, and the Republic was corrupt. But unlike Dooku, Qui-Gon never gave up on the Jedi. He stayed, because he believed the Jedi could still do good. When Qui-Gon died in The Phantom Menace, it broke Dooku. In Tales of the Jedi, we just see how deeply his death impacted him. It was the final straw. The moment that Dooku realized the Jedi would never change. If Qui-Gon had lived, Dooku might never have joined Sidious. Maybe he would have come back to the light. This is, in my opinion, the galaxy's biggest what if. It could have changed literally everything. Count Dooku didn't live to see the Empire rise, but in many ways, he helped create it. His actions gave Sidious the excuse to militarize the Republic, and the war he helped orchestrate led to the Jedi's extinction. The Empire was what Dooku feared the Republic would become. Relentless, controlling, and cruel. He fought to stop this, and was tricked into building it. That's the ultimate irony of Dooku's story. He wasn't trying to help the Sith. He was trying to save the galaxy from exactly what it became. And that's what makes his legacy so complex. So why does Count Dooku's story still matter? Because he represents a timeless truth. Good intentions can lead to dark outcomes. He was intelligent, passionate, and principled, but he lost faith. He let grief and delusion guide him into the arms of evil, and it happens in real life too. Sometimes people who see the flaws in a system become so angry, so bitter, that they burn everything down instead of trying to fix it. Dooku's story is a warning, not just to the Jedi, but to us. Power without accountability, ideals without action, and change without balance always leads to destruction. So was Count Dooku truly a Sith villain? Or was he a fallen idealist? A man who saw the truth and tried to act, only to be used and discarded. The Jedi failed him, the Republic failed him, and Sidious betrayed him. Like I said, Dooku was a warning that even the most noble can be turned, not by greed or anger, but by disappointment and sadness. In the end, Dooku wasn't a monster. He was a man who believed in something greater, and the galaxy paid the price for not listening. What do you think? Do you think Count Dooku was really a villain, or was he right all along? And if you want more deep dives into characters like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and there might be some more Star Wars lore, breakdowns, and forgotten stories coming your way. Until next time, may the Force be with you.